I don't, I don't like to read scripts. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
No script.
catch me off guard.
Catch them off. Hey, you know what? I just caught you off guard because we live right now, like Fox 5. What's up, Voch?
Everything's good, man. I can't complain about nothing, man. We are here working, Foster King.
Hey, Voch.
Hey,
what's good with you, sir?
Yeah. Hold on, keep that going.
I don't want to get this demonetized, sir. We trying to make some money. I don't want to demonetize nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. That's
but good to be here, brother. What's happening with you? What's happening? Salute, brother.
Man, just making sure that I got my audio right, got everything right. We're gonna let a few people get up in here. Voch, salute.
You know
I ride for my draft homies. What?
They wasn't outside. They don't know nothing about that. They wasn't outside. They wasn't around when that was going on, but it's all right, sir.
Lombardicus, it's so much going on in Cowboys world, draft world. I don't even have time for an intro because if they don't know who you are by now, that's oh wow. And when you know it, Rico Dowdle apparently is re-signed with the Cowboys. So look at that.
No, he did.
That's fake. Let's see. We can live react. Is that real or is that fake?
Hey man, you know how it go, dog. You know how it go, but it's whatever though. What O-line for us? We got some NFL draft. We got some O-line. Cowboys making us sick.
Sick. You know, Voch, I did not think that we would have an offseason where we lost Tyler Biadasz and this fan base would completely act a fool.
I find it funny, Fuzz. This is what I find hilarious.
Before we get into your O-line, because Voch got some good stuff, y'all. We got rankings. I got notes written down. This dude is the O-line king, but I did not know this fan base loved Tyler Biadasz like this, Voch. We haven't spoken since he's left this team.
Well, Fuzz, this is the funny thing about our fan base that makes them absolutely hilarious is that 1 week we could be cussing Tyler Biadasz smooth out, and all of a sudden that mug get replaceable. You know what I'm saying? Boy, Foots, I remember the trauma that Ezekiel Elliott placed on us in terms of spending big money on running back. I remember the PTSD associated with Tony Pollard resetting the running back market where he got his franchise tag for 10 and David Montgomery signed with the Lions for 4 and every other running back on the market signed for 4. I remember when the Cowboys kind of, messed up the market in that way, Foster King. So it's funny that I thought Cowboy fans was upset with expensive running backs and bad centers, and I thought they didn't like Dorrance Armstrong. I thought Noah Igbenogany was just nobody, but all these players signed with Washington Football Wizards, all of a sudden they contenders. Shit, what's that, Foots? It's rough, man. It's rough, but shouts out to him. I love him to pieces still, but they're gonna have to chill out with all this Biadasz positivity. I'm not here for it.
Yeah, man. To me, Voch, it's just kind of like we forget. It's almost like we forget who this team is. And it's like because of the playoff game, which is real, right? Mm-hmm. We lost the game we probably shouldn't have lost. I have my reasons. I have not once this offseason said, well, we need to replace Dak Prescott. It's just no, it was literally, to me, what I saw was a defense that wasn't prepared, and that's okay. Like, it was clear Dan Quinn was out of here. And it was clear that he didn't game plan accordingly. But so
hold on, wait a minute. Nick Harris from DallasCowboys.com. The Dallas Cowboys and Rico Dowdle have agreed to terms on a 1-year deal to bring him back in 2024. Dowdle would be the Cowboys' leading rusher after running for 361 yards. What the hell wrong with these people, man? Why they don't want good running backs, Foots?
Hey, you know what's crazy? Me and Voch were reacting. I'm gonna put on Twitter. We're reacting to Rico right now.
No, we not. We talking O-line. I don't want to say nothing else about Rico because I ain't got nothing nice to say. I'm done.
And that's why I respect Voch. He gonna keep it a buck. I think this is a security sign, and we know this. Our starting running back will be drafted this year, Voch.
We can't get through nothing without politics, Foster King. And I bet you. I bet you. Everybody wants Trey Benson in day 2. I bet this is going to be the reason. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. First, let me move the piece out of the way. Hold on, I bet Rico Dowdle is gonna be the. Let me go way down the list first. Hold on. Let me get real goofy down the list. He's gonna be the reason why we draft Blake Watson from Memphis. Oh, we got running backs at home, dog. We got running. He's the reason.
Will Shipley.
Yeah. Shipley better than what I think we're gonna get. We're gonna mess around and mess around and get Rasheen Ali from. Oh, wait, time out, Fuster King. How about this, sir? We're gonna get Jaden Sheridan from Monmouth. That's what we gonna get to pair along with daggone Rico Dowdle. And Rico Dowdle gonna play
the New Hampshire kid, man. I know. It's
so Dylan Loeb.
Dylan Lowby Loeb. And this is no knock on those players, but I'm with Voch. I'm not going into this year saying, oh, Rico Dowdle is gonna, set the world on fire. I think if anything, it's security. And we're not here for that, so we won't stay here too long. Voch, the Cowboys did re-sign Rico Dowdle. They lost a bunch of players. They lost Tyler Biadasz, who this fan base lost their mind over. They lost Dorrance Armstrong, who me and you, Voch, were at the draft. When they drafted Dorrance Armstrong, when they drafted Leighton Vander Esch, when they drafted these guys, and it's like, well, did you think they would be Cowboys forever? These are second and third tier players. They aren't stars on your team. You still have, I counted 7 All-Pros on your roster, Voch. So to those people who think that this team is rebuilding, it's hilarious to me.
Nah, man, we just simply need to re-up the depth. It's not like you let go of any of your core pieces. Every team has a core that they hold on to, and they just kind of rebuild the dudes around that. So, nah, man, we're relatively okay. As long as you got 4, 88, 11 guys like 90, 7 and
73,
26. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Long as you got those guys, your core guys, you can rebuild your depth.
Yeah,
you can rebuild your depth, but you got your dudes. So we just need to catch up for us. We're just playing a big game of catch up right now.
You got your dudes, and I also don't think that because you lost Tyron Smith to the Jets, where I did think that there was a chance that he would be a Cowboy again, at least on a 1-year deal. The Jets came in, they paid him. Good for the Jets. I'm not going to slander Tyron Smith. He played good football last year. But to me, that doesn't mean that you have to overreact with this pick at 24. That's to me. I have Voch Lombardi on this show.
So first, let me ask you a question, dog. Why
I was about to ask you
telling us not to panic on offensive line when I've heard you on many platforms, including Twitter Spaces. Shouts out to Knicks, including Twitter Spaces where you say, "Hey, O-line really don't even matter like that. We can go get one of these skill players." I was really disappointed in you when you said that, sir. I don't know why you would dare even say something like that.
Well, Voch, as long as we've been doing this draft thing, sir, I'm skill guy. You trench guy. So
this is where I can make the argument though, because I've been watching my film too. You can get a starting wide receiver in day 3. I promise you can.
You can.
Better than Jalen Tolbert.
Can I ask you a question? Is Adnan Mitchell, and I'm looking at my stat, is he better than Jordan Morgan? Because that's the question. If you want to jump straight into it, let's go. Let's throw these blows, Voch. We in the war room right now. Man, you've been doing this together since
80 Mitchell.
Is he a better player? Because you may have that at 24.
A.D. Mitchell may or may not be a better player than Jordan Morgan. I don't know. But you ain't finna tell me that you can't draft Ricky Pearsall and get some comparable. Or draft Xavier Leggett and get something comparable.
Leggett, yes. Leggett,
Pearsall, Worthy, Leggett.
What if you can get a 1A, Voch? What if we can get a 1A?
Malachi Corley can come in right now and be a weapon on your team that helps your offense right now. You can get him in day 2 somewhere. I'm taking my offensive line. Okay. If you can get Jordan Morgan and Malachi Corley, you're going to Golden Corral, Fuster King. What's wrong with you? And give me Van Pran in the 3rd. You just done swept your stuff.
You going to Sizzlers if you can get that. I'm not
with Rico Dowdle at running back 1.
That's what we not. Voch, so my stack here, and I was gonna do this and have you talk about each lineman because I know you can't do that. And if you want to do some producing, Voch, and watching film, but I actually want you to just attack my stack, and then we'll go from there. So
let me pull up your stack. Let me pull up your stack. So you want
me?
me?
I want to do my honorable mentions first, and then we'll get to the top 10.
Okay, please.
Okay, so honorable. And I didn't go interior and tackles, Voch, because that would have been too long. Because it's some guys even at the this is a really loaded. So, and that's what bothers me about you, Lombardicus.
Yes, sir.
You can make that same argument now for Oline.
No, you can't. Voch. No, you can't.
Maybe not tackle, but interior.
Them dudes gonna run out foots. Those guys are gonna be
argument for interior, Voch.
Those dudes are gonna be going foots. The king. Any interior dude that you feel relatively good about is gonna be. And look, this even works against your point. When you would want to draft those interior dudes, that's when you want to draft linebacker and running back foots.
I'm not mad at you there because you had the best. You had the best linebacker at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as those tackles, as those top tier centers, I think 3 centers could go in the first round. And if not going the first round, 3 centers not getting back to you at 56. So if this because look, man, don't hit me with like Patrick Paul or something. He ain't even good. And look, let me give you some applause. And I don't even know if you did this on accident. I'm just gonna confirm before I give you an applause. You left Tyler Guyton off your top 10 on purpose.
He was an asterisk for me.
No, you good.
I like that.
I can't hear you because they're applauding the shit out of you right now. So I can't hear you because your studio audience is applauding the hell out of you right now. Tyler Guyton ain't good, but go ahead. Let's go.
Hey, my man read the notes.
Cowboys gonna draft him though. I already know Cowboys gonna draft. He's gonna be great.
And we're gonna have to make sense of it. All right, here we go, Voch.
We'll talk about
my honorables: Zach Frazier.
Yes, sir.
Van Pran. I love Zach Zenner. I know you are on Zach Zenner. Remember we talked about him early in the process, Voch?
Yeah, he's fine.
But the injury.
Foots' notes. Well, that's me and Ladybug there. I got Foots' notes.
Shout out to Voch for the notes.
Foots' notes. Go ahead.
We actually, just so y'all know, we're old school. Yeah. So we actually write things. Look, Voch has actual paper.
I write stuff down. Yeah,
we use notebooks, pen and paper.
I write stuff down.
If you scouting and you're not really writing your thoughts, I don't want to talk to you. Two eyes in here. One of her guys made my top 10. And Voch, oh my God. I want to watch his Clemson tape from last year. Dog.
Yeah. Moves people. Physical dude.
If he he could have came out last year and been like, you talking about Zion Johnson, Mahogany, both Boston College. Talk to me. Blake Fisher.
Sure.
Really like his film. And then Kingsley.
So you got Blake Fisher, North Dakota. You mean Blake Fisher, Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. I don't know why I wrote down North Dakota. Notre Dame. Okay. Sorry, Voch.
That's
Russian.
Cool. That's cool.
And then now, Voch, out of those 5, these are just the honorable mention. I want you to take your time. Who on that list moves you? Who on that list makes sense for Dallas? And those aren't round 1 guys, unless depending on how you stack Frazier. We're talking about Zach Frazier, center. So so you're higher on Frazier.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to differentiate what I think and what the league thinks. You know what I'm saying? So I was giving you a hard time early about the interior guys, but I do think there's a place for like the second tier center that can go day 2 somewhere. So your Bo Limmer type characters, your Zach Zenner type characters, said Van Pran. I think all those guys can be solid for you, but I'm just a fan of overkill foots. I like to take a strength and put a strength into it and make a better strength. That's what Jerry Jones says. Yeah. So we just talking about centers, right? I don't think there's going to be a world where you could just double back and just come back to the later rounds and find a center that you feel as good about as those first guys. JPJ is a guy that you feel great about. Graham Barton is a guy that you feel great about. And Zach Frazier is a guy that you feel really great about. Cedric Van Pran can do it, right? You know what I'm saying? He'll be a Tyler Biadasz type character in a way that, okay, he'll be a serviceable player for you for 4 years until you move on from him, right? That's kind of what I see from said Van Pran. He's a big center, and I'm a fan of big centers because I don't like small centers because I think teams try to hide small centers or they try to hide the non-powerful center. I do like that Van Pran has enough size and enough power to kind of hold his own, but he may not have the athleticism as a little bitty center, but that's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But out of this list of 5, I think Zach Zenner is going to be a first round pick for you. So he's probably the best out of the guys on this list. Blake Fisher from Notre Dame, when I saw him at right tackle, he's really good pulling and attacking people in space. But besides that, he makes a great big mess out of everything. So you would
Kinda
really have to kind of clunky, falls around on the ground a bunch, on the ground a whole bunch.
Hate old linemen on the ground. I hate football players on the ground.
Yeah. And if you watch Notre Dame versus Clemson, every time Clemson made a play, I think the number like 74 or something like that, but whatever, Fisher. Every time something bad happened, you can trace it back to the right tackle, something crazy happening with Fisher. But every time Fisher down blocked on somebody, and every time Fisher pulled and got an open space, jailbreak screen, Texas screen, whatever you want to do there, duo screens, he was really good with his movement, and he's a really solid pass blocker, but he needs to refine some things. But Fisher can be I'm not the biggest fan of taking tackles outside of round one. It can be done, but I don't recommend it a whole bunch. I think if they're a quality tackle, I think they're gonna go round one. I think teams are gonna find ways to
the hit rate.
There's no show me the top tier. You'll have to be in a murder investigation to be a top tier tackle and not get they'll cause.
I want to push back a little bit, Voch, because your boy that got drafted by the Browns last year. Now I'm gonna comp him to somebody we're gonna talk about on this list that I saw.
DeJuan Jones should have been a first round pick for his king.
I know.
DeJuan Jones should have been a first round pick.
You know what? And I'm gonna say something. Let's save it because this is gonna be a good one. I knew this was gonna be one of those ones, y'all. And we already did linebackers, I think, but I knew this would be one of those ones. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna save this. Remember DeJuan Jones. Okay, so Van Pran. I want to talk to you about Van Pran because he's been targeted a lot in the Cowboys sphere, and I've watched his film. So to me, what I saw on film was he's not as strong as Zach Frazier. That's out. No. But he's strong enough and he walls you just enough. And he's played a lot of football. Like he started 3 years straight. Mm-hmm. So he's been on that line, I think since Evan Neal's been there. Sure. So that to me, I'm like, okay, is this a Tyler Biadasz upgrade, Voch? Or is
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. It just, when you're dealing with offensive linemen, you got to deal with them in tiers sometimes, right? Because if he's a little better than Tyler Biadasz, like, what does that mean? If he's a lot better than Tyler Biadasz, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like? So I just think he's a dude that's just kind of comparable to Tyler Biadasz. I think he's a dude that can come in and start. He may not be great year one. He'll be better by year 4 if he goes to Duke Manyweather's amazing school for offensive linemen, gifted children. Then maybe he can pull something off there. But as far as him being one of the top 3 center stud dudes like Frazier, Jackson Powers, or Graham Barton, I don't think he's in the category with them dudes.
Okay. And then Kingsley, really good athlete. I thought that he would test better at the combine. How do you feel about the BYU tackle, Voch?
Kingsley, well, before I move on though, let me just because I'm just gonna start getting some film going for.
Yeah, I was about to say, please take over as far as production wise because
I'm just gonna start getting some
film. Talk through Van Pran because he's the one who I like Van Pran's film, but I can see what you're saying as well.
Yeah, man, and look, he's a solid player. He plays center and he wears number 63. I ain't saying that because Tyler Biadasz. I'm saying that because of Voch Lombardi. Anyway, my numbers. I play center out 63.
My man just did a half drop. You gotta love it.
Hey, what you want me to say, man? But gets a little high though. You know what I'm saying? But he can work within the offense. He can get movement when he's working sideways. I really like him on down blocks, and he does have some athleticism for that big old body of his. You just pull his back right here. Some athleticism for that big old body of his. But Fussy King, what you notice from it is them knees is straight. He stands up and he's already 6'4", you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for him to be that big and to have the movement that he has, I think the Cowboys probably like that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? This is him sitting down on one of these bull rushing characters. Was he in the Senior Bowl? I don't remember seeing him as a Senior Bowl.
Van Pran was not at the Senior Bowl. I believe he was not at the Senior Bowl. I think he's an underclassman that came out early. Don't quote me on that though. I could be wrong.
See, Fuss, I've been needing Senior Bowl, man. That let me know what you're gonna look like. Like if I got any reservations about your film, that's gonna let me know what to expect from you. For example, the Yale kid, Kieran Ahmadillah, whatever what his name is.
Yeah, he got that. I struggle with his name.
Yeah. Like I would have loved to see. He was hurt apparently, but if you at Yale, Like if you're a Yale guy, the Senior Bowl is for you, right? So
Right.
I'm watching Seth Van Pran, and he's in his class with all these other centers. Dog, you gotta put some more resume out. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have seen him at the Senior Bowl, but based on his film so far, he's a solid, steady starting guy. Okay. Right? I just don't think he's up there with Jackson Powers, Graham Barton, or Zach Frazier, or I mean, him and Bo Limmer may be comparable.
That's who you. It's crazy. It's almost like with the way that Limmer tested and Tanner Bortolini, these two just really did well at the combine. Do they move the needle for you at all, Voch?
Let me tell you something. I think people overrating the hell out of Bortolini.
Okay,
and
that's fair.
But I think
he looks little on tape. He looks small.
But I think Bo Limmer got some great potential because he's strong as hell. If he got anything, he's strong as hell. And I can ride with a player that's strong as hell because I can fix you. You know what I'm saying? The same thing I say about Jackson Powers Johnson. Jackson Powers Johnson ain't a perfect prospect.
I'm glad you saying this because I think so many Cowboys fans, this is not to cut you off, Voch.
It's okay.
So many Cowboys fans look at Jackson Powers Johnson, and I think that they say I don't want to bury Lee, but dog, I do have Graham Barton as he's cleaner right now to me with the tackle experience, with him playing. I just went back and did some more research getting ready for this show. Barton played like 4 games his freshman year at center. And so he's literally played every position on that line. But I do think that Powers Johnson is a stronger player right now. But sometimes I see him lunge, play a little overextended. I could be wrong, Voch. That's why you're on this show, because you could correct me here. But that's just I just love that point because so many times I think we've got to remember too, right, Voch?
Yes, sir.
Development doesn't stop when you get to the NFL. That's always been our thing.
It don't.
And it shouldn't.
It don't.
You know.
Fair enough. And look, that's another good point for Cedric Van Pran. You know what I mean? It's just that you have to ask yourself if you're in a win now scenario, Foots, and you're trying to win right now, do you want the center that's ready to go right now, or do you want Cedric Van Pran that's going to be ready in 2026? Like those are the questions that you got to ask yourself. If we know anything about Ford, he can lead the league in passing with a pass rush win rate offensive line that's ranked 32nd. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen him do it before, but you need the run game to be good for you. You need the run game to be able to translate to some sort of success. And I think if we're going to get back to running some outside zone stuff, I think Van Pran's a solid enough athlete to where he can contribute day one as hat on hat guy. You know what I'm saying? Because like as far as offensive lineman goes, you got the dudes that move people out of their gap. But if you don't have those dudes, at least get a hat on the hat. At least just get in that zone and let the running back make his decision.
Okay.
I think Ced Van Pran will be a very good hat on hat guy. He's got to work on that hand placement and work on his knee bend, and he'll be good to go.
Okay, cool. Knee bend, hand placement. So just got to clean up there. All right, Voch, let's get to the 10 that I have.
One more thing though, too, Fuzz. You asked me about Kingsley Sewell Matea. I thought he was going to be much more athletic as well because his athleticism shows on film.
I know.
And I don't know what it is about the Islander kids, the Polynesian, Tongan, Samoan kid. They love to cuss at you when you say it wrong, whatever. But I thought he was going to test way more athletically than what he did. So I mean, I'm not going to call him lazy. Maybe he didn't prepare for the comp. I'm not going to say that. But his natural athleticism, I was expecting a bit more.
I was expecting more. It looked like he was really athletic on film as well. I had him as one of my guys to watch with Sky. And I think what happened to me too was you saw Troy
Troy Fast is what we call him.
Let's just call him Troy Fast, man. I really want to get this right. Troy
Fatanu.
We just go Fatanu. Troy Fast.
What's his name?
Fast. Troy Fast, that's his name.
Gotcha.
We saw Troy from Washington, and I thought his combine workout was probably the best combine workout that I've seen from an O-lineman probably since ever, as far as just the way his mirror, his feet, the way he looked, the way he ran, the way he got in and out of drills. And so that kind of was like, I felt good about that because I was high on him early in the process. So, Voch, here is my stack. I'm going to go 1 to 10. Okay. But I know the top 4 have kind of been locked in and they're just interchangeable. If I'm wrong on one of these guys, stop me. Okay.
If you wrong, you just want my list.
Or I just want your list. If I'm gonna give my list, and then I want you to compare my list with where you have your stat, and then we'll go from there. So Joe Alt 1.
Okay. Alt is like my second guy. He's my tackle 2.
Okay. Alt 1 for me. Alt for 2. And now we got more to talk about. Fashanu 2.
Fashanu's 4 for me.
4. Okay.
Relatively.
I went. These two are interchangeable. Latham and Fuaga. They're 1 and 2.
JC's
3 and 4.
JC may be 5-ish for me. Fuaga's my one guy. Fuaga's my tackle 1.
Okay. Let's go. Fuaga, and he is a dog, bro.
Fuaga fresh out the box, man. He's ready to go in the run game, like right now.
Right in the run game, he played like he just got out of jail.
He trying to go back.
Save that film, Voch, because I want you to talk through him. I don't think people really understand that he there's a chance he could go 1, because I think there's a chance that Fashanu, they're gonna cut on Ohio State tape and say, I don't know about this, because he struggled. Yeah. And I know you documented that. Yeah. Amarius Mims, I got him I got Troy Fautanu over Amarius Mims for me.
Sure, I agree.
Amarius Mims, and put a star by Mims because I really want to talk about something, and it's pertaining to Juwan Jones and really tall tackles.
Sure.
And Evan Neal. So star by him. Grant Barton, I have over JPJ.
Who is Evan Neal? Or who do you think you saying with Evan Neal? Let me see. Okay, you got Mims at 6, Graham Barton at 7, Jackson Powers Johnson at 8, Christian
Mahogany at 9, and
Jordan
then we'll go Jordan Morgan at 10. That's my stack.
Okay, it's a cool little stack. You know what I'm saying? I don't greatly disagree with a whole bunch of it.
Okay.
I just really like Fuaga. I really like Fautanu. I'm ready to give Mims a lot more credit. Can
we stay here?
Please go ahead. Wherever you want to go. Sure.
Tall lineman, Voch, and pull up his film for me. I know you got it.
Amarius Mims?
Yeah. Even if you don't, it's cool. We can talk to it. This is what Push and Voch do.
I got some.
Voch, so tall lineman. Am I wrong to say that they scare the hell out of me? Number 1, injuries. Number 2, speed rushers like Micah Parsons who can convert speed to power. And one thing that I saw on Mims' film was as the game went on, he lost technique. Now, I could be wrong, and that could just be Amarius Mims, but I also didn't see a coordinated mover. Like I saw a big guy who can move, but I didn't like. I want my tackles to play like power forwards and to look like power forwards. I think that Fuaga looks like a forward. I don't know if Mims looks more like a big center. Am I wrong?
Well, we're playing football, Footsie King.
I know, Voch. I know. But we got to talk about these. We got to talk about these edges who convert speed to power, and that everybody didn't have Micah Parsons, so that's
fair.
How
about this, Footsie King? You want to know the one edge last year that was the best at converting speed to power? He went back to school. Number 44 for Ohio State, JT Tuimoloau. And his speed to power.
What's his name?
I'm a diligent. JT Tuimoloau went back to school, right? His speed to power is so ridiculous. It gave Olu Fashanu fits when Ohio State played against Penn State. When Ohio State played against Notre Dame, I was like, okay, cool. We got JT now versus Joe Alt. JT gave Joe Alt some fits.
Yeah.
Brother Brad. You want to know who ain't give JT Tuimoloau? Pardon me. You want to know who JT Tuimoloau didn't give a whole bunch of fits? I'm trying to find the button so I can pull my film up, Fuzz, but I can't. Oh, there it is. Present. There we go. Fuzz, you want to know who gave JT Tuimoloau fits the whole game? The whole game foots. And he was able to do it because he's so tall and lengthy. Your right tackle, Amarius Mims. Anybody watching, Mims is going to be the right tackle for the duration of this film session here. But I'm showing 3 plays from JT Tuimoloau, then I'll get into some other stuff. But JT Tuimoloau never looked like he got hemmed up and put in a locker. If you look at the right tackle right here, verse number 44, JT Tuimoloau, it looks like he's being
anchor is so good. Yeah,
hemmed up and put in a locker. Now, this maybe didn't work with and I'm just gonna play some more film for this. This probably like JT probably put hands all over Olu Fashanu because Olu's not really good at, dealing when, people getting his chest and they play over, like they overpower him a little bit. You see a little bit of Mims athleticism right there, pulling to the outside, bam, finding somebody skinny son and whooping them. And Joe Alt is a bit of a leaner. Like he leans forward, and JT Tuimoloau was able to take advantage of that. I'm not saying that Armarius Mims is like a perfect technician or anything like that, because he's not. And if I had a point to what you were saying about the, maybe his technique gets worse throughout the game well, that's what happens when you have a player that's not very experienced. But I typically don't like the rough edge, raw, not very experienced player, typically, because I like to see how you win. And that's the reason why I'm not huge on Tyler Guyton. Like Tyler Guyton got a bunch of athleticism, great size, but when I watch film on him, it doesn't look like he wins a whole bunch. I'm watching Mims, and it ain't perfect, and it looks strange.
Yeah, I think that's what messes me up.
But he gets movement on people, and he's athletic enough to go to the second level. I think he's much different from DeJuan Jones, because DeJuan Jones had a whole tool belt full of pass rush, pass rush blockers and counter moves and how to work his hands, and snatch technique was just perfect. Here's another one of him sitting down on JT Tuimoloau trying to speed the power on Foots King. But him and Jones are totally different, right? Mims doesn't have the belt to beat DeJuan Jones, but Mims has a lot of natural athletic ability, and DeJuan Jones simply wasn't the type of athlete that Mims is. So if Armarius Mims can parlay his athleticism into, okay, well, let me get better from the neck up and let me get better with my hands. I mean, he travels just fine. Look at his feet right here. He's traveling, covering enough ground just fine, cutting the defender in half, getting hands on him. It ain't perfect. It ain't perfect.
He's still at right?
He's the right tackle. Yeah. He don't move around. He's the right.
I was about to say, can he play left? Do you see him converting to a left?
I'm not going to take the player that already got challenges at one side of the offensive line and make him play the other side. You know what I'm saying? If he had a black belt in right tackle, then maybe I'll move him. So guys like Joe Alt, guys like Olu Fashiono, especially Olu, I think Olu can definitely play both sides because he's more tactical. He's more of a technician. He has great feet for that. I want to leave Armarius Mims in one spot and just let him grow. Okay, if it's up to me.
Okay. This is really good stuff, Voch, because I didn't want to just throw this crazy thought out there without talking to you first. Please, because we haven't spoken about Mims. Okay, let's go down to the bottom of my stack, because I think that's where I have all of these guys circled. Okay. I think we're out on the Fanu sweepstakes, Voch, as far as now we're talking about how they could get to Dallas. And I want to get your ideas of what you would do in these situations, because whether the chat likes it, whether I like it, whether Voch likes it, O-line is in play. And I want people to understand this come draft night, because it'll be here before you know it. The Cowboys have other picks to pick. I mean, they'll have other picks throughout the draft. So
tackles ain't gonna be there though, Foots.
I'm with you. No, what I'm saying is if they draft a tackle,
okay,
don't. We still have picks, so we'll be able to put a whole team together, not just one player. Yeah. So at 24, writing down 24, Voch, it really feels like, and I don't know if they would take Mahogany in the first round. No. I probably would trade back and take him. He's good, man. Yeah, he is good. And you get, if you said you didn't like TJ Bass, you wanted to move back, cool. But I think you're out on Fountanu. I think Mims could be in play. I think Morgan could definitely be in play. JPJ and Grant Barton could all be in play. If JPJ gets past Seattle, which there's a chance that he could, a chance that he couldn't. Mm-hmm. If he gets past Seattle, Voch, I think that he's in play for your football team. Yeah, I know, man. Out of this stack, Voch, JPJ, who would you like to see on the Cowboys, and what scenario would you have this O-line week one? Because it's a lot to unpack there now with Bass trying to be a starting guard. Do we want to move Tyler back out to tackle because he was already an all-pro guard? What do we want to do?
So you got me looking at. So you got me looking at your guards here.
Your interior, yeah.
Interior
Unless you want to, do you want to put Morgan at guard, Voch? Because
no, Morgan is a bona fide left tackle, and people that say he's a guard, that'd be a shame of themselves. Jordan Morgan is he's a bona fide left tackle. I'd be glad to have him. I'd be glad to he might be a trade back candidate for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends on who's on the board too, and that's another issue that you have in here. You know, just because I run out of one of my guys don't mean, you know, okay, well, this guy's going, who's the next center, or who's the next tackle, or whatever. You know, there may be to your credit, there may be a wide receiver there that you like, or there may be a cornerback that you like, but I want somebody to love, you know, JJ McCarthy or like Michael, like, and they saying JJ McCarthy probably go like top 10 or something, which is ridiculous to me. But if somebody wants to come up for Penix or something like that, or if anybody wants to be goofy and come up and get Bo Nix, or if like Brock Bowers, you know, starts to fall a little bit and there ends up being a thing for him, because the Bills actually traded up to get Dalton Kincaid last year, so I don't think it's impossible for somebody to want to trade up to get the best tight end on the board.
Right.
But if it's up to me, Foots, if it's up to me, out of this group of guys, it's Jackson Powers for me. And if Jackson is not there, then I'm perfectly fine with Graham Barton. I love Graham Barton to pieces. And if he's not there, then we can have a conversation about Zach Frazier versus who else is on the board. But I just don't think Zach Frazier is up there with Jackson Powers and Graham Barton. I think that
I was just about to ask you to stack those two for me.
Yeah, it's
those three. Excuse me.
Is Jackson Powers, Barton, and then like Frazier for me. But I got Jordan Morgan also over Frazier. I got Mahogany also over Frazier.
Okay.
But I got Frazier higher than Tyler Guyton though.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma, yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So you have a 2 on Guyton, is what you're saying.
He gonna go first round because he's athletic and
I don't know. I don't know now, Voch. I think it was crazy because I think the league now sees Fountain as a tackle. So,
did you like Guyton's film?
I like Guyton at the Senior Bowl. I saw a few issues with his film. It wasn't clean, but I saw why people liked him. Oklahoma tackle. Darnell Wright not Darnell Wright. They just had an Oklahoma tackle that just got drafted last year. Obviously, Trent Williams with Oklahoma. So I get
Anton Harrison.
Yeah. So I get why the NFL, another Oklahoma tackle and that Guyton hasn't played a lot of football. He's only played started 7 games or something like that. So
yeah. But see, Anton at least had good film out though. I don't think Guyton has a lot of good film out. Like when I'm watching Tyler Guyton, hey man, he's an athletic mess. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not seeing great film. Like when I'm watching Fuaga, I'm seeing him move people. When I'm seeing Fautanu, I'm seeing hand fighting, I'm seeing snatch technique, I'm seeing measurement, I'm seeing faking, you know what I'm saying? You know, things like that. I'm seeing great athleticism from him, like in terms of functional athleticism, like, hey, look at me climb to the next level, not just I move great, you know. Hell, Fashion News, the pass blocker, you know, all this, the balance, kind of good at everything guy. JC Latham is 380 pounds, but he moves well. Armarius Mims hasn't played a whole bunch, but at least he has raw talent that you can see. If you had Armarius Mims and you wrote down on his profile or whatever, whoop JT to him aloud, that's fine for me.
Yeah,
that's fine for me. I said this about Rashawn Slater a couple years ago. If you put on his draft profile, whoop Chase Young, you ain't got to put nothing else on there. That's how I feel about Armarius Mims. He took JT to him aloud and did what Olu and Joe Alt couldn't do with him.
Yeah.
Tyler Guyton ain't got none of them bodies under his belt, Foots. Who's the Tyler Guyton bodies? Somebody point me to the Tyler Guyton body. You watch film? No, Foots. No, we talking. You brought me here. You watch the film. Who's the Tyler Guyton bodies? Or are we just looking and saying, hey, he got good feet, we'll see? I don't do he got good feet, we'll see. If I miss because of that, and he go to Duke Manyweather School of Powerful Children, that's fine. Even Tyler Smith, right? We wasn't wrong about Tyler Smith.
No.
I just wanted another player right there. We wasn't wrong. Hey, look, put him at guard and watch him drive people off the film. Tyler Smith's hands were horrible. His feet was horrible. But we saw him drive people off the film. At left tackle, he drove people outside the numbers past the line judge, fam. Foots. I ain't never seen Tyler Guyton move nobody past the line judge, bro. So I'm just asking.
The movement, and like as a lineman, like moving people is big. It's like being able to keep your feet moving, and
we're moving on from Tyler Biadasz because he couldn't move people.
That's true.
Because he couldn't stop penetration. He couldn't get nobody moving back. That's why he's moving on from Tyler Biadasz.
Ooh, Voch bringing us heat, y'all, and this is why I want to do this show. I couldn't do my lineman ranking. I did linebackers. I still got a few more position groups to do the receivers, but I couldn't do lineman without Voch. And this is just killing two birds with one stone. So thank you, Voch. Voch, this is good stuff. Now I gotta really put you on the hot seat. And hey, chat, I want everybody to
false.
Put put fire emojis in the chat because this hot seat time. Oh, yes, it is. Don't worry about it. Now watch this. Voch, you have picked 24. 6 quarterbacks will win the first round. 2 corners. Quinyon Mitchell, all the heavy hitters, Dallas Turner. All the heavy hitters gone. Now you had 24. You had 24. Dog. It's okay. And for some reason, Brian Thomas Jr. is looking at Voch Lombardi in his war room.
Okay.
And so is Jackson Powers Johnson.
I'm taking Jackson Powers Johnson.
Okay.
Taking Jackson Powers Johnson.
Cool.
I just think Jackson Powers Johnson is a better player.
Over Brian Thomas Jr.
I don't.
Over 4.35. Okay.
I don't think all of my favorite receivers run 4.5s. So you can't get me with.
So you love Keon Coleman.
I ain't say all that. Who you say Keon? Well, Keon Coleman's fine, but Keon all my Coleman, favorite.
I'm not devaluing Keon Coleman. Everybody, the receiver talk today was crazy, by the way, but anyway, we'll that's for another day. But
all of my favorite receivers, like 4.3 don't move me. And okay, so Foots, let me ask you a question. Since we're doing this, okay, just
I'm quarterbacking. I'm putting you.
Hold your thought. Don't go nowhere, Foots. I just want to ask you a question. How much? What does Brian Thomas do to separate himself from AD Mitchell?
So, this is more of an indictment on Jaden Daniels. I really dug into the film. I got some clips coming out of Brian Thomas Jr. And it's kind of not. So it's fair to Daniels, but it's not fair to Daniels. So Daniels had a lot of one read in him that irritated me in that scheme. But then also a lot of that was. You got Malik Neighbors, who's outstanding.
Don't be lazy, man. Don't be lazy. Brian Thomas had double-digit touchdowns. Now,
he's a guy. One thing. He got
production.
You know what I love about Brian Thomas Jr.
This Voch now,
He runs every route the same.
Yo, Foots, this Voch, okay? Don't play. This ain't.
He runs every route the same. And
this ain't Twitter, Foots.
And.
This ain't Twitter.
And dog, I love Brian Thomas Jr. I've been on him for a while. I love him. So, okay, but JPJ's cool. Now let's talk about it. JPJ goes Seattle. Adnan Mitchell, Graham Barton.
You asking me?
I'm asking you.
Graham Barton?
You wanna
I'll take Graham Barton.
Over Adnan?
Over Adnan.
Ooh, gosh.
I like AD Mitchell too, though. But I just think Graham may be slightly better than him.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you this last one. This one is gonna be interesting.
It ain't gotta be
Latu.
Okay.
Liatu over Jordan Morgan. 24. Nobody wants to trade back with you.
I'm taking Liatu over Jordan Morgan. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Latu's the better player.
Because what I'm getting at is every year, Voch, one of these guys be there. Every year we've done this, Voch. One of them be there. One of them guys.
Jackson Powell's one of them.
I'm not mad at you. But I can see him going top 20 too.
Graham Barton's one of them. I really like Jackson Powers. I got this remember. I like Graham Barton and I like Jackson Powers. I'm just gonna let Jackson Powers play while we talk. I like both these guys, man. And also too, I think there's something, it ain't window dressing your boy, but you got to politic a little bit. Just like. And look, Will McClay was wrong last year for saying this about Mozzie or whatever, but he was right in general. He was saying, when's the opportunity that we're going to get a chance to get another D tackle at this caliber? Maybe Mozzie just need a couple more years, maybe 1 or 2 more years to work or whatever. But my idea is, when are we going to find another quality center like this? Center just don't. I think centers like left tackle. The best of the best ones just don't grow on trees in that way.
Let me say this about Mozzie and Voch. This is what I don't want us to do.
I'm not finna
trust who we are. We said this. You said this. Tackles take a year, 2, 3. Like, some tackles come in the year in the league hot. Jalen Carter came in hot. He cooled down towards the end of the year. People got to remember that part too. I think that what the Cowboys asked Mozzie to do was criminal. You've had to tell me this a few times. First, hold on, let him develop. And then I had to let him develop. I think that Mozzie, honestly, I'm dead serious about this. Mozzie is going to be fine. I think that you're going to feel like year 3, when you got a plugger like Mozzie that can just sit in the middle of your defense and he now has NFL strength, people going to be like, dang, I'm glad we drafted Mozzie that 1 year. Like, so I'm with you on Jackson Powers. You have talked me into that guy. You and the rest of Cowboys Nation.
Me?
You have I don't
think he's gonna be there. I think some other team gonna take him. I think Graham Barton is a more realistic guy for Dallas. I think Jackson Powell's gonna be gone.
I have Barton over him, but I see why people Power Johnson's a stronger player. Like, he's physically more imposing than Graham Barton. So I can see why. I just think that Barton, his feet are just a little bit cleaner. All right. So that was my 3, Voch. If you got any hot seats for me, I can let you go because it's been a banger.
You ain't gotta let me go. We can just keep talking offensive line. I ain't got no hot seats for you. I mean, you know.
I
didn't think the hot seat.
All my O-line questions have been answered, man. I just really, like I said, the biggest thing for me was I wanted to get you on record about Mims, because I just felt like he was kind of tall and like sometimes just over, like Evan Neal coming out of Alabama. Voch, yeah. I said they was on the line together. Evan Neal went to Bama. I'm sorry, but Evan Neal, long, tall athlete, but bro, like the lunging issues and just the NFL game is too fast for Neal, and that just with him being so tall, he just hasn't caught up to the game. Morgan Moses had a lot of those issues. Just such a tall athlete, but he lunges a lot. Now Morgan Moses is a decent tackle. Don't get me wrong, but those like 6'7" guys scare me.
Well, it comes down to how technically savvy are you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we look at DeJuan Jones. He got arm length and he's technically savvy. Let me ask you this first. We got Troy Falconer here. He's going to be the left tackle for the duration of all the clips that I show here. Where do you have him playing? You got him as a tackle or guard, please?
I have him as a guard. I have him as tackle. Okay. After what I saw at the combine, definitely.
I think he'll be there. I think is going to be so many talented players on the board. I think
that's the conversation we can have.
I think it's going to be so many talented players on the board. I just think also that too in foots, like teams suck at this. Like teams aren't very good at drafting in general. So I can see a world where some team does the wrong thing and take Tyler Guyton before they take Troy Falconer. And you know, we got the corners there, the pass rushers are there. We got the D tackle and Byron Thomas Jr. Byron Jones. Byron Thomas, Byron Young, Texas tackle Byron. It's too many names. Texas tackle Byron Murphy Byron Murphy. You know, he's gonna be there.
You're talking about the D tackle.
I'm talking about the tackle from Texas, Byron Murphy. And the corners are gonna go for a run, and then for us, like this is a pretty stacked offensive line class, bro. So if I could just pull out my little paper, because that's how we do. Joe Alt, Talisi Fuaga. Let's skip Falconer here. Olu Fashiono, Jackson Powers, JC Latham, Mims, Barton, Guyton. I think Zach Frazier and Jordan Morgan can go here. Like that's a lot of names. You know what I'm saying?
I've had Samara so well, bro.
I think you have. I'm just playing this one. I'm sorry, Fuzz. I've been playing this one play. My fault. I ain't changed it up. Look at him whooping somebody's son right here, Fuzz. That left tackle right here, lined up on somebody's son and just whooping them. Man, Fat's a gangster, man. And honestly, I think there are some teams that are going to look at him as a guard, and I think they're going to do the same thing with Jordan Morgan. They're going to look at him as guards, and they're going to fall because they see him as guards. But hey, if I'm Dallas, man, scoop him. Scoop him. You feel me?
Yeah. No. If he's there, I would run his pick to the.
Look at him reaching this child right here, Fuzz. And this whole other gap across from him, just reaching this.
You know, Coach and Voch, that is my favorite block to coach because because like once I get them to understand literally what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And once I'm able to coach my backs, like what I just coach my O-lineman that can do it. I'm just telling them, dude, you're running as fast as you can to that D tackle, that DN's outside shoulder. And if he carries himself upfield, you just go with him. And what I tell my backs is like when we're running outside zone, now we getting into scheme talk. Y'all getting everything you want. Sure. I tell my backs, listen, if he starts flying upfield, you cut that ball right off your lineman. But if not, you just take that ball to the edge. And so I just love seeing a well executed reach blocks because the problem is a lot of DNs don't know how to defeat it correctly.
Sure.
You got to long arm that thing. So anyway, man, with Troy Fats. All right, I guess let's end with this, Voch.
Sure.
What are you doing with Tyler Smith?
He's a all pro guard. Should be a first team all pro guard. And when I watched film on him at Tulsa, I looked at him. I said he was going to be an all pro guard. So I'm leaving him at guard. I'm like, find me a tackle. Find me a tackle. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna suck, but he's either okay. So look, if you can find me Jackson Powers or Graham Barton, who is a stud at center, then I can play them at center and I could just put Tyler at left tackle. I can live with that. But I would rather find the young tackle and let Tyler be a stud at guard. That's what I would rather do. And just let TJ Bass snap and play center and Brock Hoffman to be your swing interior guy. That's what I would like. Because with Tyron Smith gone, TJ Bass is 100% in the equation. He's in the equation now. Like it's part of the game. So I just think you have to I would love for Tyler to play tackle. I mean to play guard, but he's an adequate tackle. I just don't want people thinking that Tyler Smith playing tackle should be the thing because it's hard to find tackle. I don't think it's hard to find tackle, especially not in this draft. It's just that you don't always get good tackles. They're easy to find. You just don't always get them.
I'll say this, Voch. If you give me Troy Fautanu with Tyler Smith, I'm ready to rock. Let's go.
We're fine. We're fine. I'm gonna leave Fautanu at left tackle or Jordan Morgan at left tackle or whichever one of these characters at left tackle. We're gonna let Tyler Smith, TJ Bass, and Zach Martin tear up the middle. Because I was about to say, man, I was about to say on the Twitters and the social media machine, get ready for this new line with 3 undrafted free agents on it. And that's just something to think about. Yeah. Something to think about, Foots. But
I just think that there are certain receivers or skill players or like even a DN. Like I said, I mean, there's no way Dallas Turner falls, but I mean, if Latu falls and you compare him on that Mike Zimmer defense, I just can't not draft him. I can't. The rest you'll figure it out.
So it's yay or nay. This could be fast. Yay or nay, Roman Wilson.
Yay.
Yay or nay, Ricky Pearsall.
Very much so. Yay. I'm in the middle on Pearsall. I'll say my thoughts.
You better watch some more Ricky Pearsall. Xavier Leggett.
Yay.
Of course, like Keon Coleman. Jalen Polk.
Yay.
Because I'm about to lead a damn stampede on Jalen Polk. I'm about to get him in. I'm about to start brainwashing people to put him top 5 because I'm not playing around with Jalen Polk.
Dog.
Polk is a
dog after the catch too.
Let me start brainwashing y'all real quick. Let me start brainwashing your audience with this Jalen Polk real quick.
Hey, you know who I want to brainwash people with is Roman Wilson. I like Roman, dog.
Roman's tough,
the
man.
Offense. He's tough. That's the exact word, Voch.
Roman Wilson, Ladd McConkey, and Jermaine Burton are 3 wide receivers that fall victim to they just didn't get the football enough. You know what I'm saying?
Either bad quarterback player didn't get the football. Yeah, because with Burton, I kind of broke it down like, dog, Milroe, man, it was hard. Please, I don't want to see no mock drafts coming out with Milroe in the top anything.
No. Milroe ain't good. Foot. I just want to play a little bit of film, and I just want to brainwash people on Jalen Polk while he's going. Because Foot, the more film I watch on Polk, and I got I was talking to a Cowboy media person, right? They're a big wig over. Okay, I was talking to Brian. I was I was talking to Brian, and I was like, "Well, Brian, what does?" I was talking about Pearsall, but I was like, "What does Ricky Pearsall do that AD Mitchell does not do?" Right, and it was tough to find something, right, because they both do comparable things. My argument for Jalen Polk, look at this catch foots. My argument for Jalen Polk is going to be the same thing. Why do people rank Polk so far away from AD Mitchell when they do some of the same things? Why, Foots? Why, Ebony? Why?
Yeah.
He lines up all over the formation. Yak guy, tough over the middle, catches everything. Short, middle, deep ball guy, and he's a 50-50 jump ball guy in the end zone. Well, what's so different between him and AD Mitchell and Ricky Pearsall?
I think the height with Mitchell and those guys, I think that's what probably
Jalen Polk like 6'2". Look at this yak right here, Foots.
Jalen Polk he different after the catch, dog.
That's what I like. Jalen Polk catching the football, boom. He came back to the football, timeout, quarterback friendly, came back to the football, bam, at the bottom of the screen, came back to the football, caught it, and just, you kidding?
Man.
You kidding? Man, Foots, I'm about to brainwash the hell out of people, dog. Jalen Polk's the way to go. Man. Got him lined up outside, lined up in the slot, running past people, jumping over kids, children. Foots, you kidding me?
Man, no,
I'm finna brainwash the hell out y'all. Y'all better quit playing. Old boy say I'm brainwashing y'all. You got damn right I am today. I am today. Look at him. That running past. I'm shit. Look at that reaching out. Let me see. Did he reach out late? Did he reach out late? Boy, did you hear what I said? So you playing with me? Yeah, I'm about to brainwash the hell out y'all. Jalen Polk. You kidding me?
Man, nah, that man with Polk, Dunze, McMillan, you talk about a trio of receivers at Washington. Yeah. And the crazy thing is I'm higher on Michael Penix than a lot of people. I don't think that he's the athlete, but like to think that you would take JJ McCarthy over Penix to me is crazy.
Well,
I got a 2 on McCarthy, but I mean, I get it. There's going to be a team out there say, "Oh, we'll sit him, let him develop." But I just the way in the on time, the way that Penix throws the football to me, he's on time with the ball, and I think a lot of these guys and these quarterbacks are going to understand it's going to get goofy when you get to the league because love Caleb, love Drake, I love all of them. Daniels. My stack is different than everybody else's, and that's okay. But dog, that dancing and trying to big play chase in the NFL, it's not gonna work. We've seen it, and this isn't quarterback talk, but anyway, man, Voch, this was
Jalen Polk is 6'1", 203 pounds, sir. I just had to.
What is AD Mitchell?
AD Mitchell, LMNO.
I think he actually ended up being shorter than what people thought. I think he's 6'2".
I got you. Go ahead and talk to your people while I find AD Mitchell.
I think AD Mitchell at the combine
Mitchell is 60-22, so he's 6'2" and 2/8. So 6'2", 205 pounds, 32 and 3/8 inch arms, and 77-inch wingspan.
Yeah, so we're there.
340.
This is gonna be a fun one, Voch. This is gonna be a fun draft, and we're almost done. We're almost not to say done. We're almost at the finish line. So, Voch, thank you for jumping on, man. Were you doing anything with Broadus this week? I've been loving those, man.
I'm probably gonna be in town, so I might like shake his hand or something in real life. So we're not gonna be working on the Friday, but I'll tap in with him in real life.
So you going to shake some big wigs hands? What you telling me?
I'm just
what you doing in town, dog? Break the news here on my channel. What we doing?
Tapping in with Will Steele. He's part of the family, so I'm going to go be part of the family with him. You know what I'm saying? So
hey man, hey y'all, we all part of the family. Draft night, what we doing? Voch, we together, right? Draft night?
Yeah. I mean, I heard you and him talk about it on his show in the morning, and I forgot how great of a time we had last year. So we can do day 1 and day 2.
What you got day 1? Don't you got Bleach Report day 1?
Foots the King. I'm Voch Lombardi. I do. They sign me up for whatever I say we gonna do. So yeah, volume probably gonna have, but the 3 of us will be live on volume. And if Bleach Report want to do something, the 3 of us will be live on damn Bleach Report. That's just how it goes. Because I don't play about y'all. I don't play about Foots and Will Steele.
He say, yeah, when you a boss, you set your own schedule. And on that note, Voch, thank you so much, man. Hey, listen, we got about 26 people in here. Hey, listen, I'm almost at 10K on Twitter. Y'all give me the 10K, man. Voch, they the big dogs. They got about 20K.
25, something like that.
25, yeah, he a big dog. Y'all listen. Y'all give me the 10K on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. Go follow Voch on Twitter. Get him to 26K. Voch is on the road to 100K on his channel. Let's get him there. And we love you. We love draft. You guys have been with us. Voch, seeing Leighton Vander Esch retire brings me back to when we were in Dallas covering the draft together, bro.
We was in Dallas. That was Vander Esch, Connor Williams, Mark Holmes. I mean, said Mark Holmes, but we was at the Mark Holmes barbecue. But Connor Williams and Michael Gallup. That was that draft. And we was in Dallas kicking it. And I got picture proof. We was there, and Foots was taller than everybody. It was fun.
Man, love you, bro. This is what we do.
Likewise,
we've been doing this. Hey, man,
yeah, for sure.
We'll be back for another position group. I just don't know when, but y'all just stay tuned. Peace.
We'll do it. Salute.